Today we're playing 1775 Rebellion. We're going to see if we can turn the tide of the American Revolution here on Legendary Tactics. So I haven't played this particular game very much, so it's going to be a bit of a learning game for me. I may just put it on the normal AI just for the sake of the playthrough, but I'm going to be the Continental Army and the Patriot militia, and we'll leave the regulars and the Loyalist militia in the hands of the AIs here. So we're going to start a game here. They've got multiple scenarios. This particular scenario happens in 1775 when the American colonies have begun to stockpile arms and organize militia in outrage over new taxes imposed upon them by Great Britain. And on April 18th, militia members ambush a column of 700 British redcoats ordered to seize stockpiled arms. 273 British soldiers are killed or wounded before they reach safety in Boston. The American Revolution has begun. So the victory conditions: the side controlling the most colonies wins at the end of the round from round 3 onwards once both truce cards from either side have been played. So this is going to be very similar to the 1812 game. And so I'm fairly comfortable with the interface, although the map and everything is going to be a bit different. So I am going to be placing 4 additional units. And I think I'm going to be wanting to focus on some of these British flags here. I'm going to want to defend my American flags. I assume that's essentially the spawn points of the Americans and the British. It's interesting the British only have the one spot though, but I'm going to kind of reinforce here and there and try and just try and make sure I've got this all locked down. And we're going to end the Continental Army gets to place a few units. So the map is quite interesting in this one. I'm much more used to playing the War of 1812, which generally was it tended to be a little more linear. You knew which side of the border you were on, essentially. And I'm going to spread my guys out a little bit there, see if that can give me an edge. But it's much more linear in 1812, so you're not worrying about, necessarily this looks like it's going to be a little more spiraling in the sense that, you're never going to have a true front line in this one. Whereas you do in the War of 1812, and basically a lot of the territory south of the border and north of the border, unless you're actually on the border or you're on the edge of a lake, you're probably not going to see a ton of action. And so they tend to be, focused more on that. But this one strikes me as being a little more of a whirlwind, where you can be attacked from many different sides, and that can be a problem. So. So there's a bit of marching going on, and I'm really not sure the strategy at this point, but I do know there's some things that I've learned from the other game. For example, it's best to have mixed forces, not only in the attack and defense, because sometimes that can be helpful, because militia generally can be used to absorb losses, that is, if they don't run away. And the regulars are there to get the hits. So if you can have a screening force where you've got, that was good. That was a bit of luck there. If you can have a bit of a screening force in place, I don't think I have the ability to run here. So we'll see what happens. Oh, take another one with me at least. So you have that screening force to kind of absorb losses, and then you have your main force that's out there getting the hits. Oh shoot, got a bit of a rough roll there, but I did take a lot of guys with me, so that's okay. But the reason why you want to have mixed forces generally is that you want to, essentially have them so that you can play either militia or regulars cards. If you have one unit type, they typically can only move, those guys. So if you want to move a force of redcoats in this case, but you've got militia, it gives you a little more flexibility. Now this game might be a bit different in the sense that I'm not sure if they can bring militia with them as you could in the other game, but we'll see how that plays out. But I know in the War of 1812 that's a big factor. So, and we both run for the hills. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but we got out of Dodge, that's for sure. Okay, and oh, that is very good. We'll take that kind of rolling any day. And we got him. Now, the return fire, I'm surprised they do not kind of allow that. So that's okay. We've got 6 units available. And so it looks like this stretch in Connecticut is where basically all the reinforcements are going to happen. So that is something that is very key to understanding this. Now, Boston to me seems absolutely surrounded. So I am 100% going to attack Boston. And I'm just going to try and reinforce just generally maybe around the edges here a little bit. But I'm definitely going after Boston. Now I'm going to just read this, the colony control. So when units of only one side and its allies occupy areas in a colony, that side controls the colony. Empty areas do not influence colony control. So Native American units prohibits control of a colony, and controlled colonies are marked with a flag. So that should be pretty straightforward. So you can see he's got control of New Jersey. I have control of Connecticut. That's one state. And then during the reinforcements phase, units can be placed in any city areas within colonies controlled by the player side. Okay, so it's not just Connecticut. You can place anywhere else. So, and if a side should move all of its units out of a colony, it controls the colony becomes neutral and the control flag is removed. So that is good to know. All right, so looking here, you can see he's got control of Quebec, Maine, Nova Scotia. Lots of areas up there. And I guess I get 2 because Rhode Island counts. So I'm definitely going to move into Massachusetts here. And we're going to lock down Massachusetts as well. And maybe we could go for New Hampshire, although that's stretching it a bit. So let's... which one do we want here? 2 Patriot militia. I wonder if we're still in the reinforcements phase, because that might not be a bad idea. We can play it here. Oh, okay, good. You know what? This will give us a chance to take New Hampshire, at least getting a screen up. I find a lot of times it's a very good idea if you can get a screen of guys up, because they can... All right, we're going to want to move everything except for one guy to hold the area. But usually you want units screening the, in order to make sure that, they're able to block the other player from just moving through. A lot of these games, they don't have overrun rules. I think the Viking one of this series does, but as far as I know, this one doesn't. And so it does mean that you get a one unit can hold up an entire army if you use it well. So now I'm a bit wary to use these guys. It's a bit of a tough choice. We do have a pretty decent lock in the south, but making me a bit nervous. Now, I know that one of the other strategies in 1812 was to, if you could get rid of the regulars, they had to respawn in Montreal. But this one seems like you can spawn from anywhere, which makes it very tough. It's a bit more of that whirling around kind of sensation, where, it's pretty tough to... draw a front line. But hey, if I can do it, I will. Just wondering about New York City, whether that's worth trying for. It'd be a 2-on-2 against the British Redcoats, so that could be a bit messy. Maybe, see, that Philadelphia is just a little bit out of reach. It's a bit of a tough decision here. Okay, so I'm not going to risk a ton here by moving these 3 in here. I'm going to see, I've got a bit of an edge in units, but I'd much rather take out those guys if I possibly can. Let's do this battle first. So, and they've run for the hills, which is perfectly good for me. They'll be back though. But we took back New Hampshire. Next up, battle for Boston. This is going to be fairly key. And, he gets 1 hit, which I'm perfectly fine with. So this is why you need that screen of militia. Militia tend to run away a lot of times anyway. And even though you get, as you can see, you only have 2 regulars able to shoot at once, they usually pay for their, you can see 2 of them run, 2 of the militia run. But it's the regulars that you want. Those are the guys that are going to get you the hits that you need to win the battle. So it looks like we're in pretty good shape. Now, when the blank die is rolled, he has the opportunity to run, but I'm not going to run in this case because I want to stay all in for this battle here. Oh, come on. Fine. That's what the militia's for. Okay. So even though we get 3 die, yeah. Oh, geez. That's perfect roll. Can't argue with that at all. So that's perfect. Okay, so we managed to snag Massachusetts, and we have 1 more battle remaining. This one's a bit of a long shot, but I figure, hey, if we get lucky, and maybe they will run. Yep, at least the regular will. Oh, interesting to let the militia there to die, but okay, sure. We'll take it out. Redcoats on their own like that are so vulnerable. That's what's really great about battles like that where you take out militia, because when those units are so vulnerable on their own, not only are they limited in their movement because they're not able to use all the cards, they can't use a militia card to move because they don't have any accompanying militia. Then the great thing is that they get, we get regulars to place here. All right. Well, I'm going to see if I'm going to reinforce New Hampshire there, and I'm going to go all in on the Battle of New York here. So if the Redcoats are generally, they can be tougher to move around, at least in the 1812 game. They're very valuable because if they get out of position, they're really hard to get back in place. So let's see what event we have here. Oh, wow. Okay. 6 French. All right, let's take some French help. Why not? Did they appear? I assume they did. I don't see them. Oh, there they are. The purple. Okay, interesting. All right. So, now I want to make sure that there's no opportunity for amphibious invasion in this game. I don't think they can do that, but you never know. So I'm going to leave the coasts reinforced. I play this game a little bit like Risk, in the sense that with Risk, you want to... I'm going to just do that, and I'm going to move just 1 because I don't need to move that far. I find that with Risk, you want to, in my experience anyway, you want to make sure that your territories are kind of as dense as possible, so that you can, basically you're like a defense in depth kind of strategy. And I've always found that to be a really good strategy in Risk, because it makes it so that it's, if it's just a chain of territory with only one unit per space, then it gets to be kind of dicey, because, you know, people can make big gains. But if you've got 3 or 4 units per space, it takes a while to hack through that, and they can, you know, lose some major, you know, forces by, you know, in that case. So, yeah, I think it's a great. You know, it's a great strategy to kind of do this defense in depth. Now, I'm kind of breaking my own rule here because I do want to use them as a screen, but I'm going after those lone redcoats because if I can possibly get those, then that is a great thing. So select a green highlighted map to create an army. What do I want to do here? Jeez, there's just a little bit too much militia there in the south, but I'm going to just pressure him here. See if I can pick off a few guys here. Let's just do this one. Hopefully he runs away. And, oh, come on. Jeez. All right, this is going to be a one-on-one, which I did not want, but this is why you bring militia along. And hopefully we get a hit. Wow, that wasn't much of a roll at all. The dice just dropped. I would totally, if that was real life, I would have totally cried foul on that one. That doesn't seem right. Okay, let's get these guys. All right, now he may run on this. Oh, he's going to stick it out. That's all right. And we get our hit. One of our militias flees, and it does leave the regular on his own, but that's fine. We got the red coat down, and I'm assuming, oh, yeah, well, this is why you bring the militia, to absorb those losses. And we got a good chance. There we go. Nice. So we are taking down the redcoats one by one. And the big battle for New York. This is not the Avengers movie. Yeah. Oh, jeez. 2 of them run. Jeez. His rolls have not been that strong. I'm not complaining. You know, I'm happy to let that happen. But we get 4 rolls here. So, yeah, nice. Yeah. We lose a regular to panics. But he'll be back next turn. And we managed to grab New York and take out a stronghold there, which is great. Because we rolled the blank, let's see, where should let's reinforce there. We're gonna flee him to that one and just reinforce. We got a bit of a buffer, even if he were to break into Hartford there. We got a pretty decent buffer around there. So I'm very interested to use these French, actually. It should be very interesting. All right, so, oh wow, it's our turn again. Wow, it went fast. Okay, so now I want to really consolidate some gains down here in the south as well. We've got a lot of units available here. I'm just going to build some of that defense in depth and just try and hold on to these places here. I've only got one more left. Darn it. I'm going to use this guy in Albany as my strike. Oh, sorry. I'm going to have to use New Hampshire as my strike force here. Okay. So let's just check to see the events. During all battles this turn, Patriots ignore flee results. That's kind of interesting. Okay. All right. So we can move some forces here. And we can move far afield, which is good. I'm wondering whether... I like this idea of just kind of, you know, building this nice back forward, a nice strong area here. There's those 3 redcoats on their own, and if I can move the French, I don't know if I'm allowed to move those French along with this, but let's do that. Can we leave a French behind to hang on to that? I presume they're on my side, so we're going to move in. Even if we lose Rhode Island, I'm not too worried about it at this point. And let's see, where can we move to? Where have we got some strength? Let's move to New York. Move New York City, and let's take out. I want to get these guys kind of clearing out this area in Delaware, and then we're in a really good spot to kind of, you know, push out from there. We can take maybe Pennsylvania, and there's really not a lot. There's a few militia left, and that's basically it. So if we can continue that pace, then I think we'd better do that. So, and then really, we only have to defend from the north here, from Canada, from Maine. Other than that, and he's going to lose Maine here, I hope. So this could be really interesting. I don't know about the strength of this event. It seems okay, but I'm pretty well. I guess we can try it here. It's not bad, I guess, because if but the thing is, I don't have a lot of them in the queue, so I'm gonna have to kill off the regulars here. So you got a hit. I'm gonna just. I don't know whether that was a good use of that event, to be honest. Probably not. Oh, come on. Jeez. Who taught you how to shoot? All right. Oh, jeez. At least they didn't. They learned from the same instructor. And they're sticking in the battle. So all it takes here is a decent roll. And, oh, jeez. Totally missed. Okay. And, oh my gosh, how they got one. I was really hoping there that they wouldn't get another one. But they did. He's going to flee to fight another day. I'm not too impressed with these French soldiers at the moment. There's one down, at least. And what's he up to? Ah, yes. He tried to cheat by just dropping the die and it rolled over on him. It's interesting how he's defending this place, but given the fact that the French can't hit the broadside of a barn, maybe that's not a bad strategy. So anyway, jeez, this is some of the most incompetent battles I think I've ever seen. This is crazy. I should have kept my militia alive. There we go, finally. So 2 out of 3 ain't bad. That really whittles him down, and it disrupts his control of Maine there, which is perfect. And we got one more battle here. Maybe take out, a redcoat here, which would be great. Well, he's very vulnerable now. He's going to have to suffer. He's going to have to suffer 2 rolls here by American regulars. And yes, nice. That is perfect. I'm actually very curious now to play this as the British, because man, it feels like the U.S. side here is really strong. What event have we got here? Benjamin Franklin. All right, let's put in some French. Why not? And that's in the south. That is perfect. All right, so we got some regulars. We can probably clean out Georgia this turn, and from there move on to North Carolina. So that being the case, maybe what we'll do is we will reinforce. Let's reinforce maybe New Jersey. Tempted to use this 3 units moving 2, and then that's going to, let's make sure we got, everyone's kind of in range though already. Maybe we can press a little bit in the north then. I don't know. This is not an easy choice, actually. Okay, I can definitely attack Fort Ticonderoga. So let's reinforce that guy there. I'm going to just beef up the south there. I'm hoping to make that a kind of a killing force that can just roam around and cause real damage. And then after that, we're going to use this guy. We're going to take out Delaware there, and hopefully... yeah, I'm going to use this for sure. We're going to take along... everybody, just leave a militia there. We're going to take out that spot there. We want to bring everyone along except for a militia to just hold the place. I think the French can probably handle those spots. So I'm going to cut off that. And now we got everything moving into the North Carolina. That's interesting. I think in this game you're going to have to just move to take territory, even if you don't really want to. We got our buffer of French there. So what was the other spot I wanted to take? All right. Yes. Let's move up from New York into... oh, that's going to be an extra space. Shoot. I don't like having regulars on their own like that. I'm going to cancel that move, I think, and I'm going to... yeah, you know what, though? I need to get them into position. So, yeah, you know what? Let's move there. I feel fairly safe there. 4 regulars is a pretty intimidating force. All right, let's battle. Let's go for this spot, and he runs. Perfect. That's fine. Run away. I'll take that. And we seem to be locking down this territory. I don't know how the... be very interested to see. Oh, jeez. Wow. I thought the French had that locked down. Oh boy. All right. This could be dicey, if you forgive the pun. Well, French have nowhere to run to, so let's maybe hope that they... oh, jeez. That was a powerful fighting force. My gosh. All right. Well, we're going to have to deal with that then, unfortunately. They're holding on to... all right, they're going to redistribute some guys. They're not in great shape, really, though, if you look. I mean, the natives are still there, and I haven't provoked them at all. They're preventing me from holding states, but really, the British are being run out of town for the most part. I'm hoping I can put some units back into South Carolina and just... you know, move in and maybe take out those 2 militia. Hopefully they run away. Jeez, look at that. That's a massive force. They've lost a lot of units, so... and they're going to make a big move here. Now, again, this is where screens can be very useful. Yeah, and he's moving in a big force there. So we'll see how that goes. Be very interesting to see how that does. And interestingly, oh, they're taking out... I guess they're looking for the territory. Well, we'll see. We get the first roll. If we get some decent rolls off the hop, and we don't, but I might be able to retreat back to... if it lets me here. I'll just retreat back here, and he can have the space. That's all right. And, oh, there we go. There's the Amphibious Assault right there. He's got some reinforcements there. Okay, so he's got some warships to move as well. So that's where he lands. He's landing some guys in. Okay, yes, I figured that would be the case. There's no way. Otherwise, man, like, the British would have no chance whatsoever. And I assume he's moving an army around here. So, oh, there we are. I was wondering what was happening. Because otherwise, geez, how would you get back into those territories? You'd have to fight through a wall of soldiers for a long time. Well, we'll see what we get. Oh, I can retreat. That's all right. I've got my kill force there. I can retreat there and we can get him next time. Because he'll need event cards to... Hope I roll a blank. Oh, I just retreat here. Okay, that's fine. He gets New York back, but we're not going to worry about that too much. So he gets the first move of the next turn as well. So he's putting a bit of pressure on here. But again, this is where I think defense in depth is a good idea. And you can see the natives actually have a fair amount of strength in that department as well. So they are moving around. Yeah, they're building up some armies here. Okay. Now, we need to retake New York. So we have... And we've got the warship movement. Okay. That is fine. I don't need that. I need to reinforce. We need to have a big battle. Jeez, I might need to build that up a little bit better. Yeah, we lost our ability to reinforce down there. So I'm going to pile everything into this here. And we're going to try some sea movement. And where should we... one. Yeah, I really want to take back New York this time, so... We're going to take a couple of movement by warship here. And we'll leave behind a regular, I guess. Well, no, we'll take a full strength. We're going to land right there. It's not very adventurous with that guy, but... And... Actually, this could be interesting. I'd much rather... Oh, you know what? We'll land here and pick off this one lone redcoat there. I mean, we might be trapped there. But who knows? Maybe we can be at least a valid distraction. And if we... Oh, come on! Jeez, those rolls are painful. Well, it's not going to be the same fighting force I was hoping for. But anyway, yeah, there we go. We got our one hit that we needed. So perfect, perfect, perfect. And we disrupt his control of Nova Scotia. He's going to have to come after us, which takes up valuable movement. And here we go. We really got to do well here. Oh, geez. That was almost really bad. Almost really, really bad. I'm going to actually lose a regular here because I want the additional roll from the militia. So we get 4 rolls instead of 3. Even though there's a chance they'll run, they actually get a hit for me. So that was actually a good choice. And we whittle them down big time with that one. That was a very good roll. They're in a bit of trouble. We're going to keep our militia around to absorb some hits. He gets a single hit. He's got nowhere to run to, so I'll lose a regular. Again, just 4 rolls. Until he's down to, 1 piece or something like that, I really want to get as much opportunity as I can, and even better, 3 out of 4. You can't argue with that. And so that's perfect. Now we're at the point where I would feel very comfortable playing a truce card or two. I feel like we've got some real, strength there. So I'm going to reinforce just one of the neat things about that ability is you can quote unquote retreat, but actually move into a better position for defending and or attacking next turn. So there's his warship movement again. Okay, I was hoping he only had a handful of those cards. He's gonna take Newport. Well, he's kind of in a bit of a lion's nest there, or I don't know, bee's nest. What do you call it? Oh, he's got to travel around. Here he comes. Definitely left that open, but I'm not too worried. And yeah, if he takes New London or... Oh, boy. Okay, I see what he's up to. Oh, he's really charging in there. Interesting. Now, I don't stand much of a chance here, but if I take one down... Oh, maybe I can run. I can retreat. And we can put him back into Hartford here. Now we've got a good, solid fighting force. Let's see what the French don't seem to run, but maybe we can take one with me. Maybe... Well, let's reinforce Boston. Oh, no, they're good. They run. I just wasn't doing it before. All right. Now, all right, 6 units available. So this could be good for me. I could go all in. Oh, jeez. It's too bad that they took away my ability to reinforce, because that makes it awkward. Okay, so I'm going to make sure I got a decent force there just to take out that one militia. Maybe I'll give it one more, and then I'm going to pour everything else into Boston. No events to speak of. I've got some boat movements. So I can 2 armies up to 3 units each from to 2 different land areas adjoining a body of water to move into one single land area. So that's an interesting style of movement, but I don't feel I need it. I just need to do this. And we're going to pile in here and see what we can do. Do I take out that one red coat? I can take care of him on my other turn, I think. Important thing is to get these guys. All right. I'm going to, yeah, bit of a risk, but we shall see. We've really got to win New England back here. This part of New England. Oh, jeez. Wow. Well, with that kind of rolling, it doesn't really matter what you do. Jeez. That is brutal. Huh. So that's not good. They cleaned my clock. I'm going to have to retreat back to Boston, I think, just to reinforce there. Jeez, that was not good. Okay. I was feeling pretty comfortable, but he has come roaring back here. I have to lose a regular. I want to make sure we get as much rolls as possible here. I need some of my trademark luck here. Oh, that's good. I'll take the 2. He's got... be down to 1 regular, so he's going to have a tough time taking me out at this stage. Might get one of them, but... Oh, all right. Now, does he run to Newport? No, he does not. I'm fine with that. And that die lands on its side. I really don't know what that counts as. I guess it counted as a blank. And do I want that guy to run? Yes, let's run here. And again, the reason for that is to set up the attack for next turn. Got a stronger force there, so. Okay, so he is getting some reinforcements, Native American reinforcements there. He's building up a nice... Jeez, he's got some great movement cards. Look at that. Very, very ranged. And he's going to take on Boston, so... Well, hopefully we can hurt him a little bit there. He's leaving some redcoats open. And again, I'm hoping he is basically leaving some... like, you can't have that many warship movement cards. You know, he's got to... Come on, come on, come on. Yes. A couple of hits. That helps. It really helps. And that really helps. He doesn't get much help from anyone there. Loses a couple militia who flee. Gets one hit. That's fine. What's he going to do now? He's going to start retreating a bit. Oh, yeah, he's fleeing. Look at that. He's running away. Maybe I get another red coat out of it. Perfect. As long as his red coats get hurt. That's all I really care about. The other forces I can deal with. So interesting. Here we go with the battle for Boston. And I get a hit and I lose my militia. Well, at least I took one down with me. Oh, and he lost a regular. Oh, I guess he wanted the 4 rolls. And he gets 2 cowards and and 2 misses. Wow. I hate to say it, but this battle could actually go my way. If I get 1 hit here, and I do, and then it's a 1-on-1, this could go very poorly for him. Let's see. And it does. He's got nowhere to run. So, with a hit here, come on. Oh, yes. Okay, that's some of my luck coming back now. That is solid. And you can see why they were able to move in. I really wasn't defending my defense in depth. 2 Native Americans plus all fled Native Americans to your reinforcements. Okay, let's do that. All right. Adding some native reinforcements. Okay, let's... yeah, because I'm worried now about this... the sea battle here. That where they come roaming in across the way. So, yeah, I've got some good opportunities. I'm going to defend... Maybe I will actually do that defense in depth strategy here a little bit. And I've only got that 1 red coat to worry about, so that should not be that much of an issue. Let's see. Well, we'll move 3 instead of... We're going to move 3 units 1 instead of 2 units 1. May as well. That's a... Feels like it's a bit of a waste here, but... Gonna take out the red coat. We're gonna take out the... I'm gonna leave a militia behind, I think, just to be sure. I want to make sure they don't run and cost me a battle there. And let's just take out this militia here. He's been driving me nuts from the get-go. And let's see if I can take him down. No, he's got nowhere to run. There we go. Got him. Perfect. That gives us... okay, I can flee, so I'm gonna retreat to, I guess, Maryland here. This part of Maryland. Okay. Battle for Newport. Should not be an issue. I get nice 4 die here. Even if a couple people run. Well, we lost 1 to cowardice. That's okay. We regained our state of Connecticut. So he spent a fair amount of effort on that battle. Let's send... I'm going to retreat him here, so we got a balanced force there. Now that Newport is a bit vulnerable again, but, you know, I mean, what are you going to do? And I'm really hoping for some truce cards, because this game should be over, more or less. I'm just beginning, like he did fight back pretty well, but I've just got some solid forces. South Carolina is going to be mine, unless he does warships. So yeah, he's in rough shape here. And we get some militia now. 7 units available. And let's see what event we got here. Ooh, wow. All right, all loyalists that flee in all battles are replaced with patriots, which stay in the battle. That's interesting. That's in the battle phase, though. So, what do we want to do? They got that big 7 strength unit there. I think maybe defense in depth. Just make it tough for him to land anywhere. I really want to make sure that we're building up our defenses here. Now, what's a vulnerable state? New Hampshire is kind of vulnerable, but New York is just too dang big. Pennsylvania is a possibility. Virginia, pretty big. Yeah, I think I'm just at a stage where I'm ready to end this as soon as I possibly can. We're just going to be pushing outwards now. And seeing how far we can get with... yeah, we're going to move most of this army here. Put him in Fort Ticonderoga. And even though it's a bit of a waste... Well, I guess not. I can... Let's keep the... Oh, I have to move. Okay. Let's see if we can snag this part of Georgia. Yeah, I just really want to get a truce card. At this point, it feels like it's kind of game over. Especially as he loses Georgia. I mean, it's going to be 7, maybe 8-1 here. And I'm ready to end it as soon as I get a truce card to do that. We're moving on from the Siege of Savannah. There we go. 8 states now. Yeah, it does seem like it's... I don't know. Maybe maybe the AI isn't as hard. I guess I'm playing the normal AI, so maybe the hard AI is a little bit more challenging. But this is my first game, so I figured it might be, you know, fair to try. You know, I'm not that skilled a player at this game yet. But I'll probably have to have another playthrough at some point for you guys where... Oh my gosh, what the heck was that? That was ridiculous. Jeez. And he's going to snipe this guy. Wow, okay. Well, that isn't good. But, again, this is where defense in depth kind of stands out. And I got this, this guy screening me in New Hampshire here. So, anyway... Bit embarrassing there, but yeah, I mean, certainly, you know, this being my first game, you know, against the medium AI, I was not expecting, you know, necessarily a really dominant. Oh, here he goes. He's landing. Yeah, well, he's discovered a vulnerable spot, but he's got a lot of work to do. Now I can reinforce in Georgia, so that's a big deal. He's gonna... Oh, interesting. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, it's... You know, the AI here, I mean, obviously is not meant to be the best opponent, you know. But I mean, again, I think for someone who has not played this game before, but has played games like it in the past, I'm going to retreat him out of there. Oh, interesting. He's getting a lot of Hessians. All right, just 1, 2. That's it. Just 2 guys. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's interesting, the mix of different forces here. Let's see. Oh yeah, he's probably just going to target that. That's an easy choice. And moving around, just kind of, I don't know what he's up to there. But yeah, you don't expect the best opponent in the world with an AI that's medium. And I'd retreat him back here so we can get more movement possibilities. And let's see if we got oh, there's a truce card. Perfect. All right, so we want to end this here before it gets too painful. All right, so let's place the 4 units. Now we're going to get 1 movement here. We want to disrupt his control of New Hampshire. Interesting. Okay, so he's got New Hampshire and Quebec. So, yeah. Okay, so we're going to enforce there, but we want to basically... Yeah, I guess we may as well just spread them out. I'm going to play the first truce card so we can perhaps end this game this turn if I get lucky and get the next truce card up in the next round. And we're going to move into... Oh, we got some Hessians there. He is not so weak there all of a sudden. 2, 2, and 1. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay. I did not see those Hessians go down. I'm thinking that we can probably take out this guy here. Oh, whoops. I meant to move more guys there. I don't know what happened. Okay. Anyway, that's okay. Geez, I don't want to just waste my my guys here. I guess I'm gonna move more guys over here. So I got a bit of a killing force to deal some major damage. And geez, I don't feel like I've got enough strength anywhere to really push anywhere else. He's got those 6 units there. That isn't good. But, geez, okay. I'm just gonna do a reinforcing move, I guess. I'll just, again, defense in depth. We just need to hold this score until I get the next truce card, and then we're good. Okay, good. He's lost New Hampshire. Perfect. And yeah, if he's able to, you know, if you can control his reinforcement squares. Wow, he missed. Okay. And he's retreating. Perfect. I will take that territory. And truce. Perfect. That's all we needed. I think we'll be able to win this and finish it off. So, yeah, okay. All right, 6 units available. All right, so where do we want to... How badly do we want to crush this guy? Now, yeah, we may as well... let's go for New Hampshire, maybe. Well, yeah, why not? We'll go for all in for New Hampshire. This is basically game right here anyway. So, yeah, as I said earlier, the medium AI is not meant to be the most powerful, guy in the in the game. You're not meant to. It's more meant as probably as more of a learning game than anything else. So I wouldn't put too much stock in this win. It very well could have gone the other way. So I don't have much strength anywhere else. He did whittle me down, and I could see how this could potentially go poorly for me as well. There's no question. I did get some very good rolls, so I don't even want to move another army. I could play George Washington here. I don't want to move anyone else. I'm pretty happy with the way things are. All right, I'll move 2 reinforcements here, I guess. Yeah, so much for defense in depth. Okay, let's do the big battle here first. And this will be pretty much the end of the game here. Although, well, I don't know, it gets a couple kills. So that's not bad. I want to see what the natives can do, so I'm going to run. Oh, shoot, he got 2. Yeah, I'll see what the natives can do. I'm going to retreat my militia or get rid of the militia and see how the rolls go. Oh, good. They got me a hit. Perfect. Whittled them right down. And I can retreat, but I'm not going to. That's totally cool. And he gets a hit. Sorry, guys. And we'll see if these guys can finish him off, and they do. Perfect. Oh, unless... Oh, you know what? They counted as a blank. No, I'm not going to retreat at this point. I think I'm in pretty good shape. He doesn't have anywhere to retreat to. So yeah, this definitely, feels like especially with the warships, being able to land on any coast, it definitely feels like you can't secure your line. You can't build up a line. You gotta, as I said, more or less aim for defense in depth. I think that's a pretty good strategy, because it just makes it so painful to work your way through. However, if you don't have the units, you can certainly just leave those zones where you've just got a unit there to you got a unit there just to slow down the approaching army, and you're not going to be overrun. Jeez, well, that was pretty terrible. 3 retreats. Wow. See you later, guys. That was fine. Yeah, that's fine. I'll take my 1 hit and I get 4 die. And I just need a couple hits and it's... Oh, yes. Just went from potential embarrassment to, unadulterated hero. So, yeah. But yeah, it definitely feels... I really like the state reinforcement idea, that if you control the whole state, it gives you a sense of positioning. I mean, you can send your warships around, and he's he's looking to do a truce as well. Too late. But I really like that idea. The warships kind of you've never got a secure backline. I assume the natives, when they return, I'm not sure if they've got any sort of spawn areas. Doesn't look like it. But anyway, yeah, it's a really interesting game. I really like 1812. But I could see myself really coming to love this one too. 1812 is, I've just been fascinated with the War of 1812 for years and years and years. And so this, it really kind of, caught my interest. Oh, I don't blame you, buddy. He's running. Be very interesting to see if, if the armies get up to a certain strength, because that's pretty intimidating. You got a lot of dudes. Yeah, so he's got 2 rolls here with his regulars. So this is probably, yeah, that's over. But there's definitely some kind of gamey type strategies, as I said, like leaving one militia in a space and it holds up an entire army, like this instance here. But the warships, give a nice flavor to it. I've always liked the combat system in these style of games. I really do have to try the Viking one. I've yet to try that one. I've heard that one's really fun too. I imagine it's very similar in feel to this, but I really like how these games fit together. I like the historical flavor, adding in the Hessians and the French. Really do change it up. Makes it a really kind of a fun, game. I really like this one. So, I recommend it if you have a chance. I don't know if you can still find if the original board game is still in print, but you can certainly get the digital version. So this wasn't much of a contest, obviously, but I'm going to take on the advanced AI next time, and we'll see how we do. Thank you so much for watching. This is NATO with Legendary Tactics. If you enjoyed this game, got some value out of it, please like and subscribe, and we will see you next time. Take care.